Welcome to Monday, one day after Easter. Justin Thomas ends a 3-year drought with the playoff victory in the RBC Heritage. What is the RBC Heritage? Known for much of its history as the Heritage Classic or simply the Heritage, is a PGA Tour event in South Carolina, first played 56 years ago in 1969. It is currently played in mid-April, the week after the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. It stands for Royal Bank of Canada. For those of y'all who didn't know, I'm not going to act like I knew, as I'm, just simply on the fly with that information right there. But here is the victor, Justin Lewis Thomas. Is it Lewis or Louise? It looks like Lewis, right? I don't know if I entered his full name, honestly. I'll go ahead and toss that in the calculator real quick. Maybe we catch something on the fly. All right, nothing that I'm noticing right there, but we're gonna watch. We're gonna check out a little highlight of his here, but let me read a paragraph or two. So Justin Thomas had one more hurdle to prove his game was back where he felt it belonged, and he cleared it Sunday in the RBC Heritage with the longest putt he ever made to win. And we're going to check that putt out, okay? Walking up to the 18th green at Harbor Town in a playoff with Andrew Novak, Thomas remarked to fill-in caddy Joe Grenier that he had never made a putt of any length to win on the final hole. He had just outside 20 feet. The putt was so pure, Thomas dropped his putter before the ball disappeared into the cup, setting off pure joy and ending nearly 3 years without a win. That was pretty cool, he said. That was as fun as I thought it would be. Thomas played bogey-free in dry, fast conditions on a course that demanded precision, making a 25-foot birdie putt on the 16th hole and closing with a 3 under 68. 25-foot birdie putt. I mean, we're in the year 25, aren't we? All right, so let's check this putt out. And, I do got to be a little careful with the footage, don't I? Let's see what's up here. Okay, let me click that. Let's change these settings a little bit. We're going to check this putt out. Let me get the volume out of there. So you see right here, and we don't know if there's magnets involved, right? But that seems simple enough. Was that 25 feet? And you see the celebration right there. Okay, so he's pretty happy with that putt.
Here it comes. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. You see him kind of flexing up there.
Justin Thomas.
Right?
Back in the winner's circle.
Back in the winner's circle is Justin Thomas. As I stall here to get to the next slide, I'm coming with the connections as I set them up here. Look at that. Putt has 22 in the language. You see that? Like Thomas, 22. Okay? Longest putt he ever made to win. And notice how it says he had just outside 20 feet. You see that? 20. T is the 20th letter of the alphabet, like Thomas, okay? But they say it's a 25 footer in the year 25. I mean, come on, right? Putt 22 like Thomas. And how they list 20 right there. You see that? He had just outside 20 feet. Walking up to the 18th green at Harbor Town in a playoff with Andrew Novak. You see Andrew Novak right there. 20 days after his birthday, and this was on the 20th. You see that? He's got the March 31st birthday. No coincidence. That Sunday, Easter Sunday, 20 days after his birthday. And of course, they list that 20 right there in the article. Thomas comes away with the victory. T, the 20th letter of the alphabet. You can drop that 0. Thomas 22, putt 22, and you get 2s all the way around. Okay? You see that? Wow, right? Andrew Novak has 169 like Justin Thomas in the language. Okay? This playoff with Andrew Novak. You see that? And don't forget the NBA playoffs kicked off on Sunday as well. Okay, so, and we'll look, we can go over here real quick. You see right here? Okay? And I don't really know what a lot of these stats mean. Those 17s have been landing heavy with other breakdowns, but you see number 1, Thomas, number 2, Novak, right there. Notice how Novak is 30 years old, and he's born in the 3rd month, one day after the 30th. And then when we go back here, Justin Thomas ends 3-year drought. So that's a lot of 3s, isn't it? It's not a coincidence that the 2 connect by the numbers either. As you see the 169, ABC 123 cipher, and reverse with the alphabet right there. 169 with the 2 characters at the top. Even Justin equals 69. Okay? Justin Thomas right here. Justin with the 69. And you see the 69 within the 2 characters there with the 169. Sunday even had a 69 date numerology, y'all. 4 plus 20 plus 20 plus 25 equals 69. Easter Sunday. RBC Heritage 96. He ends a 3-year drought with the playoff victory. Drought equals 96. Obviously, 96 is that 69 reversed. And I want you to know, finishing second, Andrew Novak. And I'm not going to act again like I know all about golf, right? They say he had this playoff with Novak. Notice how Novak is born in 95 and also trending the OKC little, blow up situation, right? I'm trying not to get completely shadow banned with this video, as I did cover this Bill Clinton breakdown with the OKC kind of bang bang. Look at that, was in 1995. You see that? Trending as Novak is born in 95. And you see that right there. And that's interesting because 95 is one number less than 96 with RBC Heritage and drought right there, okay? Notice how Justin Thomas is born in 93 and his birthday is right around the corner. So Novak's birthday, 20 days before Sunday, March 31st, and the winner, Justin Thomas, his birthday is 9 days after this victory. Okay? Why? It's always centered around their birthdays, it seems. He's born in 93. Justin equals 93. Drought equals 93. Playoff victory equals 193. So we have two different instances here. Is that the right word? Instances? So we have two different situations here. Look, 193, 93, 93, 93, 169, 169, 69. You see how that works? And don't forget about the 96s. So you're getting the same numbers here. And that's amazing that we connect the 95 birth year with Novak, with that OKC building being annihilated there with that anniversary. We get the 95 with the birth year of Novak with that connection. And then we get the 93 connecting with all in the title here. Justin, drought, playoff victory with his birth year. How about that? And look at his birthday, 429. 4 plus 29 is 33. To connect with the third month birthday for Novak. And again, ending a 3-year drought, as you see right there in the title again. Okay, so I said 9 days before his birthday, he ends this drought or whatever. That's the same as 1 week, 2 days. It's no coincidence that just hit with the playoff game and OKC destroying the Grizzlies, because 1 week, 2 days before Justin Thomas's birthday, Ja Morant's got that 12 on his jersey, 1-2. No coincidence. And that was all connected with obviously the OKC building being blown up in 95. As you see, that was against the OKC Thunder. And you see Grizzlies equals 112, like 12. And that was 112 days before Ja Morant's birthday. That loss on Sunday. Shea Gilgeous Alexander, born on the 12th. And Ja equals 11 and 2, like 12. And I always think it's Shea Gilgeous Alexander. That's what it sounds like when I hear people say it. But it looks like Gilgis. But I've never heard it pronounced Gilgis. Maybe I'm wrong. And don't forget, he's got the 2 on the jersey. And Ja equals 2 with that connection. Okay? And then you add up the score of that game, and it's 211 points with the two teams combined. And Justin equals 21. And this is a playoff victory against Novak. And that was the game 1 of the playoffs, Memphis and Oklahoma City, the Thunder. You see that? 211 like 21. Justin equals 21. You get the two sports connecting here. Justin's got J like Ja. Come on now. July with Shay's birthday. J, Ja, J, Justin, J, playoffs connected. RBC Heritage 201 like 21. It's a 21-day span. Novak, his birthday to the RBC Heritage. Remember, it was 20 days after his birthday. But it's a 21-day span from start to end. His birthday to the RBC Heritage. Wow, right? And there's another connection there I just like forgot on the fly. But damn. That's amazing. I kind of want to remember what I was about to say, but that's all right. Look at that. Look at how it connects. Amazing. I want you to look. This winner, Justin Thomas here. Look at how his upcoming birthday, April 29th, right around the corner, the 119th day of the year, OKC Thunder equals 119 in the language. Oklahoma City 191. You get the same numbers. There was more with this story. Bill Clinton, 30 years after the deadliest homegrown attack in U.S. history, former President Bill Clinton returned to Oklahoma City on Saturday to remember the people who were RIP'd and confront those affected by and comfort those affected by the bombing. Look at all the 91s. 109 like 19. Okay, the 109th day of the year was April 19th with that attack back in 95. You see that? Look at how the same numbers hit. And 30 years after the deadliest homegrown attack. Interesting how they put it homegrown attack, right? Think about it. 30 is like 3. Remember, Justin Thomas ends a 3-year drought on Sunday, and Sunday equals 33 on top of that. And there's probably more 33s here. Wow. So you see once again how all of these stories connect. Remember his birthday, 429, added up, you get 33. I may not have entered golf or golfer, so we're going to go do that right now. Man, even golfer connects with OKC Thunder. But look at this. Golf has 68 like Easter. You see that? Golf has 68 like Easter. And look, let's see if it remembers some of the... No, it doesn't. Look at that right there. Yes, it does. Thunder 36 and 99 like golfer. Look at that. Oh, oh, oh. It's magic. Let's put golfing in there. Golfing equals 119. Look at how golfing has the 29. Remember, Justin Thomas, born on the 29th. You like that? Look at that right there. And golf equals 40. 40 is like 4. We're in the 4th month, and Easter equals 40 as well. Easter 40, golf 40, as we're in the month of April, 40 like 4, the 4th month. Absolutely amazing. And again, you see golfing equals 29 in reverse reduction, and he's born on the 29th. Look at golfing with the 119 in the reverse cipher. Again, OKC Thunder 119. OKC equals 29. Look, I mean, come on, right? What are we doing here? No coincidence. Even 119, look at it from right to left. 911 for emergency. Playoff victory even equals 68. And look, making a 25-foot birdie putt on the 16th hole and closing with a 3 under 68. Ends a 3-year drought. Easter, as we already went over, 68. Playoff victory, 68. Don't forget basketball equals 68. With that OKC connection, with that playoff victory for OKC over Memphis. What do you think? Pretty damn amazing, if you ask me. Pretty damn amazing. Let's scan down the article. Wow, right? And they're just going over just how some other characters performed here. And he moves high enough in the world ranking inside the top 35 that he should be a lock for the US Open and now needs to stay in the top 50 the next month for the British Open. When is the British Open? British Open date July 17th through July 20th. That's not next month. But absolutely amazing. Is the British Open, oh, they call it the Open Championship, I guess? Woo. Okay. So yes, all of these sports can be broken down. You know, once you catch on to this code, look at this. On Easter Sunday, obviously, that makes it more simple. Amazing, right? So you see how all of these stories come together, man. Justin Thomas ends a 3-year drought with the playoff victory in RBC Heritage. Until next time.